TMZ Live. A huge development in the case involving singer David and the body found in his Tesla. Police have executed a search warrant searching the house he was apparently staying at and walking out with what may well be evidence.
Right. If there was any doubt, we've been telling you about this case for a week now. And even though David had remained on tour, that is now upended. He had to cancel his show that was scheduled for last night. And as Harvey said, now the police are clearly looking at him just to get more information. They have not named him a suspect. They have not even named him a person of interest.
But getting a search warrant,
yes,
you need to show a judge that there is probable cause to believe that a crime was committed. And the crime that's being investigated right now is homicide. And that's how the LAPD ended up at this doorstep. It is a house rented by his manager. But our staff, if you can just kind of pan around here, our whole staff here in this circle, they've been working on this all day yesterday and today. We got a lot of information.
Could not have been very difficult to get a search warrant. I mean, talk about probable cause. Remember, the victim, Celeste Rivas, was found, her body dismembered, and it was found in the car registered to David that we know is his car. Not only is it registered to him, there are photos of him in the car. We've spoken to people in the neighborhood. They've seen the car parked at this house.
But the real question is there a connection between David and the victim?
From all of the evidence we have seen, it seems like yes, because the house that you mentioned that was rented by his manager, we know, and we've seen photos of David inside of that house. Specifically, there's a photo of David sitting at a piano. We looked at the photos on Zillow of this same house that was raided yesterday, and it's the same living room that was raided that he was pictured in.
So also, we got a picture of David in Lake Elsinore, which is in Riverside County. It's about 70 miles from downtown Los Angeles, far away from where he was living.
But it's where Celeste is from.
It's a 5-minute walk from where Celeste's family.
The photo where he's staying in this parking lot is 5 minutes from her home.
Right. So we get that. And then there are songs.
Well, there's a song in particular, Celeste, that was released. It was an unreleased song that leaked on the internet in 2023. Obviously her name. And then there's been just a ton of different photos that look like him with a girl that looks like Celeste.
Right. By the way, here's a little bit of the song, Celeste, that unreleased song that you were talking about.
Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. I'm obsessed. Oh, Celeste, afraid you only love me when undressed.
So, we should explain how this, I think, came about, is that they found the body last week, a week ago Wednesday, and they said it was
last Monday.
Monday
is when they discovered it in the car.
And they said it was an unidentified body. There were body parts, so they didn't know who it was. They did put out that this victim had a tattoo on her right index finger that had the words shh and SHHH with 3 dots or 4 dots. And that's all they really released. We got a tip that it could be Celeste, but didn't know anything more. We found Celeste's mother, and we spoke to her. And as a matter of fact, Anakin, she only spoke Spanish. So you should explain what she says.
Yeah, well, she was basically talking about how the one of the identifying features of Celeste was a tattoo on her finger, which she specified to us, which we then transferred over to that information to LAPD, was that the tattoo was red.
And it said shh, but added it was red, which the cops never put out.
Right, but...
And also,
and I think even more importantly, was that she mentioned that Celeste, at least she was under the impression that Celeste was dating a guy called David, and that she had hung out with him several times before, and that was the last time she saw him.
So we called the LAPD Homicide Division, and we gave them the information, told them about the mother, gave the phone number of the mother, and mentioned that the mother said that there was this tattoo on her right index finger, and added that she said it was red. And we just got back a thank you very much. And
well, not to mention that David also had the tattoo on his finger.
And David also has the same
tattoo. And it's not an uncommon tattoo.
It's not. I mean, Rihanna started it years ago, and then Cher Lloyd also got it. Lindsay Lohan also got it. But it's not also very coincidental.
So we should talk about
the same finger.
Exactly.
We should talk about what the police are clearly looking for at this house, because we now know from everything that we've learned from talking to people connected to this that clearly there was some relationship between David and Celeste. What they haven't done yet, what we haven't been able to do, and clearly the police are trying to do, is to place her at the house.
Right.
Whether she,
and find evidence of what happened to her, right? Like,
and then to find out.
And who else was? Because I was told by a neighbor that there was a lot of people going in and out of this house.
Right.
He obviously had friends of his that were living there. So doesn't necessarily mean it was David. Was it maybe someone else that was frequenting the house? We don't know.
And we should say David has been out of town for a lot. His tour started in August.
Early August, but the body also was very decomposed. So we don't know exactly when she died.
The car was towed on September 5th. So
8th was was when I think they discovered the body.
Oh, when they discovered it.
Yeah, and it was
towed on the 3rd. The 5th they discovered it.
It was sitting on a street near that house. And so we know, look, Teslas have cameras. And we know that the LAPD, at least we're under the understanding that they are subpoenaing the video from those cameras because, and I don't know the answer to this, whether that kind of Tesla has a camera that would show somebody trying to go in the trunk. If they do, then presumably they're going to see who put that bag with body parts.
But they can't have that information yet, right? Because if LAPD had that information, they would have arrested someone.
Maybe, maybe not. It depends on who put it in, right?
Well, whoever the person is, I mean, I guess if they can't find the person.
But they still have to prove that person committed the crime.
You would at least name that person as a person of interest, right?
Unless they don't want to mention it, because sometimes the cops have a person of interest, but they don't want to mention it because they're investigating. And that happens all the time with LAPD. And based on, I don't know about you guys, but the reaction, in fact, I know you guys have been getting that reaction from LAPD. They have just been closed down in terms of giving any information. So it's not like they're saying, oh yeah, here's what we got. They have done the exact opposite. They're saying literally nothing. Because we've made a bunch of calls. They've said nothing. So I think this is a case where they probably know way more than we do at this point, but they're just not saying. But it seems they're interested in David.
Mark, Los Angeles, man, when the story first unfolded, I was thinking, man, ain't no way, because the Tesla's registered in his name, so I'm thinking there must be some kind of, setup or whatnot. But as more info comes out, I'm like, it's not looking good for David. It's not looking good for this man.
Again, we don't know.
I don't know.
I want to say one other thing that this may mean nothing, but it's just weird. There was an unreleased song that he recorded called Romantic Homicide.
No, that one came out.
Oh, I'm sorry. It came out on Celeste's birthday.
There was 2 songs that came out on her birthday. I mean, it's just, if this is a coincidence, there's a lot of coincidences here.
It is a very eerie coincidence, if that's all it is.
Coming up.
It is a new day in America. A day where it feels like, more than ever, free speech and the First Amendment.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Some people are saying R.I.P. To the First Amendment after Jimmy Kimmel was officially suspended, but suspended indefinitely by ABC.
Be right back.
It is a new day in America. A day where it feels like, more than ever, free speech and the First Amendment.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Some people are saying R.I.P. To the First Amendment after Jimmy Kimmel was officially suspended, but suspended indefinitely by ABC in reaction to some comments he made on his show the other night.
You've probably heard a lot about this. We're going to show you Donald Trump's reaction to all of what happened, but just to refresh your memory, because it's important in the context of what Trump said, Here's what Jimmy Kimmel said.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction.
So that's what he said.
That's what he said.
So several of the station groups said we're taking him off the air. But then ABC had the option of keeping it going with fewer stations.
Right.
The FCC comes out and says basically either you cancel that show or we're going after you. And they decided hours later we're canceling the show indefinitely.
Right. So now President Trump reacting to this because it has obviously been very, very big news. And before, I believe this is before he left London.
Right.
This is what he had to say about Jimmy Kimmel's suspension.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else. And he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
Except the FCC threatened ABC.
Right. That's the part he left out. And that is the critical part that makes this, that's where it becomes a First Amendment issue, that you have the government, a government body, threatening broadcasters because of something that Jimmy Kimmel said. So where do we go from here? Joining us right now, a guy who has performed at Jimmy Kimmel's comedy clubs, one of my favorite comedians.
Please, me too.
And Harvey's too. Unfortunately, we're not talking about anything funny today, but Donnell Rollins, welcome back to TMZ Live. How you doing, Donnell?
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memory
Oh my God.
of free speech through all the pain.
I mean,
So hard. Come on, sing it with me.
You say goodbye.
in all seriousness,
No, first
is
off,
this the turning point?
Harvey, I just want to say, Donald Trump, no, can't say that. I just want to say, Trump, no, can't say that. I can't say anything.
Right.
You can't say anything. I understand holding certain people accountable for the things that they say. Holding your preacher accountable for the things that they say. Holding your accountant responsible for the things that they say. But for a comedian that's supposed to make light of possibly some of the most difficult things in life, to hold them accountable to a point where you let them go, it's crazy. And at the end of the day, nobody knows where it's going to stop, man.
So can I ask you, Charles and I have been talking about this for hours now. I have a theory on this. I think the left started this with cancel culture, and they bullied people into getting canceled. They were doing this at universities where they were getting federal money, and the government never said boo about it. They allowed it to happen. And now the power shifts to the right, and Donald Trump puts that on steroids and does it right back. And that's the way this is feeling to me.
But it's interesting, when you open your sentence, what you said, even though we're talking about comedy, you made it a political statement. So there's going to be people that's going to judge you just for what you
I know.
said.
You're right. I get it.
The minute you mention it like that, it becomes political.
It is.
It's unfortunate, but it's just a game of, like, this is like we're adults, man, mature people. It's like the country is a tick for tack. Nah, you said this, we're gonna get you back. Blah, blah, blah. What you said about that? And it's sad. My good friend, and I'm gonna say his name. People are always he's name dropping, but it's not name dropping if it's your friend. Dave Chappelle, who he's met headlines with your show many times before. He said, Donnell, It's our job to make fun of the things that are troubling the world. And our job is so important to I would consider some people's mental health, how they look at life. And when things are troubled the most, who do you look for you want to listen to or make you feel better? I got a phrase I always use, Harvey, and it's cost me some gigs. And in a situation with Jimmy Kimmel, I say a joke could be too soon, but it's never could be too soon for a funny observation. And what Jimmy did, he didn't even tell a joke. He set up to a fact. He tossed to something factual that the president of the United States said when you're talking about something serious.
Yeah.
That's why I've heard Don Lemon was talking about it. He was like, I'm scouring the internet. Where is the joke?
Right.
It's not. It
And
wasn't.
the joke didn't come from Jimmy. The joke came from.
It was a factual observation.
Exactly.
So Donnell, I heard what Harvey said, and this is the argument that we've been having, and I get his point about. In fact, I'm thinking back, Donnell, we probably had you on several years ago talking about that cancel culture, that it was affecting comedy, and that people felt like you couldn't make jokes, and there was cancel culture that was coming from the left that felt like that joke was mean or whatever it was. But that's just society talking, right? That's just me offering my opinion and a mob offering their opinion that this is too far. The difference here, to me, and this is why we are now attacking democracy, is that the government is saying, you can't say that, Mr. Comedian. That's too far. That's mean. That joke is too soon.
And we'll shut you down if you don't.
Yeah. And that, to me, is a completely different thing than the cancel culture that Harvey was talking about.
But then you say that, Charles, but then you ask yourself, honestly, what is the answer to it? You know what I mean?
The answer is for the government to stay out of it.
Why is the government so involved with it now? Is it because of our quote-unquote leader now? Why are they so invested, and especially with something particular to this? I'm afraid to say, I got a show at Ontario Improv this weekend, right? I don't, certain words, I don't even want to say, Charlie Murphy, thinking they'd be like, oh my God, did you hear what Donald said about Charlie? Cancel the show, we're walking out of here. Nobody knows what the next step is going to be. And me as a comic, we thought years ago cancel culture had somewhat faded. And I contribute a lot of that to Dave Chappelle standing his ground on what he felt. And a lot of things back there, but now it's just like this cycle is coming back. And I don't have an answer to anything, and I'm wondering when it's going to stop.
Well, so I got a question. So what Charles is saying is, I agree with him. The government's taking affirmative action by making threats. But in the case of cancel culture on the left, this was happening in universities that were getting federal money, and the government could have stepped in and said, don't do it, and they didn't. True. So, the government has been involved in various ways on both sides.
Or not involved.
And my feeling about it is, I don't think people are into democracy, really. That when you drill down, people like speech as long as they agree with the speech. But when they don't agree with the speech, they're okay with coming down on it and suppressing it. And I hate that fact.
It comes down to your point. It's what serves you.
Yeah.
Some people want to think that Charlie's passing was a result of him feeling of the words that he said, And with Jimmy Kimmel, people think that he got fired because of the words he chose. You do have freedom of speech, but there's always going to be some consequences. It might be unfair consequences. There's always going to be some consequences of what you say.
We always say that's the other half of free speech, that there are going to be consequences, but the consequences shouldn't come from the government. If the public decides that they don't like what you say, that's the way America should work. That's democracy.
But it ain't working that way.
That's not where we are.
So I got an idea. I'll meet you at the studio. We all go down to Capitol Hill and let's protest. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, that's going to make huge difference. Yeah. They are shaking in their boots right now.
Maybe in January? You want to get together?
Yeah, let's do it. I can't wait. I can't wait to do it, man. I'm just so happy.
3 Musketeers.
I'm so happy that I got to talk to you guys and I'm not getting in any trouble. So it is.
Yeah, what trouble could you get in here?
Well, listen. Good luck at the Improv in Ontario this weekend. Be careful what you say.
Ontario Improv, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week.
Hey, Donnell, it's so good talking to you.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys. Have a good day.
We'll see you.
Donnell.
Coming up.
While Cardi B is celebrating her pregnancy with her boyfriend Stefon Diggs.
Fourth kid.
Yeah, she is also thinking about her previous father of her children. Here's what Cardi had to say on CBS Mornings about her relationship with Offset going forward.
I just wish he was a better person.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
BB Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too.
Did you just say look at the water?
I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at. While Cardi B is celebrating her pregnancy and her first with her boyfriend Stefon Diggs.
Fourth kid.
Yeah, she is also thinking about her previous father of her children.
To be fair,
her ex or estranged husband.
We don't know how much she was thinking of it, but Gayle King decided to ask her about it.
Oh, you don't? She's definitely thinking about Offset. Don't come on.
Well, the good news
They have
is
3 kids together.
The good news is she did not throw a pen at Gayle King.
No, because when Gayle talked to her about the pregnancy, but here's what Cardi had to say on CBS Mornings about her relationship with Offset going forward.
I just wish he was a better person. But it is what it is.
But
Be
now,
a better person for your kids.
you have the 3 children to raise with him. Do you think you all will be able to co-parent? Is that something you think about or you discuss?
Not right now. I don't really have hate in my heart anymore. I think he has like some type of hate in his heart right now. And I don't know how long that's gonna take, because somebody could say it out their mouth, but the action is not. I don't know how long that's gonna take for him, but that's always been my wish.
So I'm confused. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but
Sounds like
my
they're not
recollection
talking
is
right now, by
no,
the way.
it does. But it's my recollection is Offset wasn't saying anything publicly about her.
Trashing her.
But she was.
She was fierce. This is a big win. This is a big step.
But do you see what she's saying? She's saying, I don't have hate in my heart for him, but he does for me.
Well, no, not necessarily.
She said that.
Well, I think
she said that.
Well, I think she's walking back what she had said previously, because remember, she wanted him to die. She wanted him to fry.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. She's saying she does. So she's over that. But clearly, something's happening behind the scenes. It sounds like
she's saying he's saying hate for her.
Publicly, Offset just told us.
I wonder if
that.
it's about Stefon Diggs.
What did Offset
just told us he's down for her album. He's happy to support.
I know. I remember that.
Yeah. So
we had actually gotten Offset.
But she's saying,
last week, and he said that he was actually promoting her album. So
even though
he didn't sound like he had hate for her.
No. I think it's really the nasty divorce. You know, the divorce proceedings aren't going as planned.
But you know the weird
Maybe
thing.
it is
the weird thing about
is dragging.
the weird thing about this is she said that we haven't talked about co-parenting. That's weird because they've been separated now for a long time.
Right.
And how would they not talk about co-parenting at this point? And then she said he's not a good. Basically, I wish he was a better person. That gets in the way of the co-parenting thing.
It sounds like he doesn't even know the youngest daughter either, Blossom.
So you think he's just not seeing the kids?
Correct.
He's
on tour himself, so you know he's a busy man. He just released the album. You know he's all over the country, so he's definitely not in her normal wheelhouse.
So maybe that's it. That he's literally not seeing.
He's not going to be at the baby shower.
Oh, he is not going. And it's interesting because they aired the other part yesterday where it's almost like she said, it just kind of happened. She said.
With Stefon.
That she said, maybe we just had too much fun. So
well, that's how baby making happens.
No, I know, but it wasn't, in other words, not
that
planned.
It was
not right.
Hot girl summer.
Not planned.
Nakia from Los Angeles. Listen, I am excited for Cardi. Cardi has been through a lot. She's been criticized when it comes to her marriage and by Offset because he was very popular on criticizing her, but she's been criticized on the music and her love. But I think this is the happiest that we've seen Cardi in a while. I think she's hungry. I think she's excited for her new music, her new tour, her new love, and her new baby. So I definitely am standing behind Cardi B. I know we're all happy for her. Offset may not be too happy, but I think the audience is really happy with Cardi.
Offset put on a good. When we got him last week, he certainly seemed like everything was kumbaya with Cardi.
Doesn't sound like it.
No.
Coming up.
Oh, you gotta love a good celebrity beef.
This is
intense.
It's so
talking about Steph Curry, Killer Mike. It has to do with Steph Curry's wife, Aisha.
Be right back.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. Oh, you gotta love a good celebrity beef.
This is
intense.
It's so
talking
bad.
about Steph Curry, NBA superstar, Killer Mike, one of our favorites.
Yep.
We love Killer Mike.
Yep.
Grammy-winning rapper, incredible MC. Well, they are beefing.
You know how to oversell, don't you?
Oh, that's funny coming from you.
I learned it from you, Dad. Okay.
Yes, but they are beefing. It has to do with Steph Curry's wife, Ayesha. Ayesha ended up being the subject of a TikTok video posted by a guy named Bookie Woods, or that's what he goes by on TikTok. And here is what he said about Ayesha, and then we'll tell you how Mike jumped into this, and then Steph dropped the hammer.
Ayesha Curry is putting in maximum effort to let the world know that she is struggling with trying not to cheat on her husband. And because she can just smell an opportunity to embarrass this man, because she gets on every interview telling everybody about just how frustrated she is with his success, how frustrated she is that women desire him, how much she wished it was her being lusted after by people who don't give a about her. She wants to go be Glorilla or something. Like, we get it, bro. Just go drop an album or something. Like, stop embarrassing this man.
I thought he was kind of joking, but maybe he was serious.
I think it's an unfair rap, but my understanding, tell me I'm wrong, is that some people have been saying Ayesha is kind of in his wake, and that he's such a huge presence that she feels dwarfed by it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's again, I think it's unfair.
A lot of people have accused her of being jealous, of being, wishing that she got the same adulation that her husband got.
This is because of some comments she made when she was on the Call Her Daddy podcast.
Yeah, it's on the Call Her Daddy podcast, and there have been some other appearances too, where
she was like, I didn't know that Steph was going to become this.
She said he told me he wanted to be a high school basketball coach.
Right,
and now he's become.
She was going to be the one who was like,
She's like, I thought I was going to be the one out there doing big things.
But who could be upset? Oh God, I thought he was going to be a high school basketball coach, but instead he's making $50 million a year.
Right.
Which is why that guy put that video together, right? That was his interpretation.
Exactly. So
here's how Killer Mike jumps into it. So he saw that TikTok and he commented on it, said, my blank said she wanted to go be Glow. Man, Steph doesn't deserve the embarrassment. For real. God bless him.
Okay.
Seems...
But I thought he was talking about. I thought he's talking about the guy who posted it.
He is. He commented. Mike commented under that guy's the TikToker's post.
Mike's point was that this whole narrative is embarrassing to.
Right, but he's not co-signing on the narrative.
I took it that he was co-signing. That's the way I interpreted it.
A little possibly co-signing. Obviously, Steph thought he was co-signing because this is where it gets hot. Nah, not you, Mike. I'm cool staying silent and letting these other clowns have their moment. And you're the worst of them, Bookie Woods. But you're better than that, Killer Mike. Stay in your lane and let God keep blessing me like he is. We are good over here.
So that's what you call beef.
Well, from Steph Curry.
Because Steph is a respectful guy.
I mean,
he's being respectful of
that
Steph.
That was Steph Curry at a 10.
Yeah, I've never seen Steph this angry before.
No. I get Steph's anger, but Mike is not.
No, I think Mike was just kind of laughing at the video.
Right, I think so too.
He's not trashing.
Yeah, I don't think Mike could have ever imagined that Steph was going to get upset and comment back. I don't think that
Steph wasn't even looking at this thing, right?
And even if Steph thought Mike was co-signing on what that guy said, the response is so gentlemanly.
Right, it is so gentlemanly. That's just Steph Curry.
It's a gentlemanly beat.
Yeah.
Mike?
Oversell.
Kyle Houston, I'm sure Killer Mike was not expecting Steph Curry to see that comment, let alone respond to it. So I know he was shocked. We typically don't see Steph Curry clapping back in the comments, but if he want to stand 10 toes down for his wife, I'm all here for it.
I mean, do you think that was a clapback? Seriously?
For Steph?
I mean, yes.
Oh, that was a weak clap
for Steph, and I think he's right. He's got to stand up for his wife. That's why he said it. So Britney Spears' ex-husband, Sam Asgari, is talking about the possibility of his own tell-all book.
He's joking.
Yeah, because this is, I think, kind of a jab at Kevin Federline, a further jab at Kevin Federline.
But by the way, these are all weak sauce jabs today.
Yeah.
Steph Curry.
It's not the strongest beef. But he's also hinting that maybe, possibly,
he might
there's
get married.
another marriage in the works for him.
Are we going to see you writing a book? You got a lot of stories you could tell. Are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm writing a tell nothing book for now.
A tell nothing book? Any chance we see a tell all?
Yeah, maybe when I'm 90.
When you're not okay. Not right now.
A good story to tell. When I have more experiences in life and I educate myself and have more experiences. That's all.
Britney said that your marriage was a distraction. How do you respond to that?
I think it's a good thing to be distracting.
But were you? I mean, she says it was a distraction. Do you feel like your marriage was a distraction?
I think it's a compliment to be distracting.
All right,
but for working out is not for anything.
Yeah. By the way, he was with. Is that his current girlfriend?
That's
that he's
his
with?
current girlfriend, and
the photog also
photog
asked,
is great. The photog
would you get?
Are you going to get married? And Sam was a little bit vague, but kind of.
He said he's fine with the notion of getting married again.
But also, what's he going to say in this situation? Like,
No,
I'm not going to get with her.
win.
It's an
it's
easy
to say it there, 'cause she's there.
Like, no, I'm not going to get it. It's interesting though. Every time we get them out, she never talks. It's almost like she takes his lead of like, she's been with him for long enough. She could give her own opinion, but she never talks.
I want to say something that we talk a lot about celebrities here from time to time. Everything I know about Sam Asgari, and I don't know him at all, but we've covered him a lot, and I know people who know him. He seems like such a good guy. He has never said bad things about Britney, and he went through it with her, and never said a bad thing. He didn't try to get a lot of money when he left. He literally got 2 months' rent in his truck, and that was it. Never said anything bad. Even when he's shading Kevin Federline, it's so soft. He's a good guy, and I've heard that from everybody in town.
The only time we ever saw him go really hard was when he clapped back at Jamie. That was it.
And he was really angry at that. But that's Britney's father.
Right.
But he is a good guy, and I know people are saying, "Oh, he was sponging up for this and that." He went through it, and I don't know. I just think I think he's a good guy.
Okay, great.
Sayla, Seattle, I don't think it came off as a dig. I think it was more of a praise because he recognizes that Kevin has raised Britney's kids for the last, however many years. And he's been keeping them away from the spotlight and just giving them a really normal life.
No, it was a dig at the fact that Kevin is writing a tell-all book. So that was his point.
Soft dig.
Yes.
Coming up.
Ed Sheeran was talking to the BBC about a gig that he actually could have played.
I was offered to go to space a while ago, and what? Yeah, and it terrifies me.
Be right back.
Ed Sheeran is not ready to boldly go a damn place. If you're talking about space,
what is it? Where other men
to boldly go where no men have gone before.
Something like that.
Star Trek. Anyway, yes, Ed Sheeran was talking to the BBC about a gig that he actually could have played. It was offered to him.
This is really interesting. I knew nothing about this.
And you know what? You always say that you would love to go to space.
Yes.
And I had previously thought I'd like to go to space. I don't know why. Something about the way Ed said this.
Oh my God.
I think I'm in.
Oh
his
God,
camp.
tell me. Oh.
I was offered to go to space a while ago, and
What?
yeah, and it terrifies me.
I'm fascinated that someone just probably emails you and goes, "Hi, do you want to go to space?"
No, it was talk about doing a gig there. It was
in space.
Yeah, doing a first gig in space. I'm sure lots of people got that email, but yeah, it terrifies me.
I think it might have just been you.
No. They always say, "Oh, we're just emailing you." You know, it's 5 other people.
Do you think it was a one-off offer, or it still stands?
Oh, mate, I ain't doing it.
No.
I've got kids. Like, I'm not going to risk that for what? Like a Guinness World Record, something or other. Like, I'm not gonna risk my kids not having a dad.
But
I respect that.
No, I respect
and it made me think. I think he's right.
Well, do you ever? People go to space.
They do.
They have for 60
you
years.
You are really, really high up there.
Well, so is
the higher up you are,
by the way,
the more things can go
so
wrong.
So is an airplane. No,
the more things can go wrong.
As a matter of fact, It's the launch
It's the
and
re-entry.
the descent
No, the launch I'm fine with.
Well, the launch is what you should worry about. The launch is all the fire and the fuel and everything else.
Yeah, but if that goes wrong, you probably don't know it. But the coming back in on the re-entry is what I've been
There's a heat shield. There is a heat shield. There is,
and that's never ever gone wrong.
I do not believe there has ever been a death.
Stop it. Yes, there has been.
From a heat shield.
Yes, there has been.
Which?
The Columbia. What are you talking about?
That wasn't a heat shield.
Yes, the heat tiles that
were disintegrated on re-entry.
But it came down from the.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Broke up in the atmosphere.
Anyway.
That's fair. That's fair. But there have been so many.
Anyway, what I want to know is what songs would he have played?
And
Shape of You.
And
Perfect.
Do the acoustics change when there's no gravity?
I have no idea. Well, there's no sound in space.
Well, that's what we want to know.
I mean, he's not going to be floating in space.
Yeah,
I mean, he's going to be in a
he wasn't going to
environmentally
space
controlled.
walk. He was going to spacewalk with a guitar.
That's why people float in the capsule.
How do the roadies get up there? Like, that's the scariest thing. All the people got to sound check and hook up his guitar and all the other instruments.
Oh, I wonder if it was a shuttle that he was asked to be in.
I have no idea, and we don't know who asked him, but I would love to know.
No, because Ed Sheeran's career has been post-shuttle use, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but then
these he could do just.
It's just one guitar.
He can just play guitar. Yeah, he can do that.
Right.
The guy performs to stadiums with one guitar, just by himself.
That's true. He
up
just
there.
loops stuff.
Right. So the question is, who do you want to send into space to sing, thinking that might be it?
What? You know what?
To not bring back?
Why don't you go do My Way? Why don't you do an encore of My Way?
And that's what everybody's voting for.
There you go.
It's Brittany in Oklahoma. As historic as it would be for him to go to space, he's like, for what? You know what I mean? He has a wife and kids. Why does he really need to do that? But also, I would love to go to space, but no one's asking me. Like, just to float around and sing and play the guitar, that'd be more stressful in a spacesuit, though.
You know what, though? You know what, though?
In a few years, you can pay for it.
You kind of have a Taylor Swift vibe. So
oh, thanks. Is it the hair?
You
when
might
she
be a
was
contender.
Thanks. I'll take it as a compliment.
You should.
Coming up.
There are times when, true disclosure here, sometimes I don't know the story
And
that
that's
we're telling.
where I step in because I generally know all the information.
On this one, he doesn't know crap either.
I don't know either.
So she does. So Courtney
Here
knows.
we go. But I know it's about
You
Taylor
guys have
Swift.
never said that before.
Be right back.
Where can you see huge stars in Hollywood? No, not the planetarium, that's for nerds. We mean the TMZ Celebrity Tour, where we've seen huge stars like Kevin Hart, Rihanna, Ben Affleck, The Rock, Mark Wahlberg, Lizzo, Lady Gaga, Ryan Seacrest, and Jamie Foxx. You'll learn the secrets of the city and see Hollywood as only TMZ can show you. Buses depart daily from the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, so head to TMZTour.com and book your tickets for the TMZ Celebrity Tour.
There are times when, true disclosure here, sometimes I don't know the story
And
that we're
that's
telling.
where I step in because I generally know all the information.
On this one, he doesn't know crap either.
I don't know either.
So she does. So Courtney knows.
Here we go.
Hey,
But I know it's about
you
Taylor
guys have
Swift.
never said that before.
I know it's about Taylor Swift and maybe a countdown?
Yes, she had a countdown clock yesterday,
That
and we
you were in the morning meeting yesterday, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait, I can't
because
wait.
we didn't know if
And
it was
then we
going to be
forgot all
the
about it.
single, like that she was going to release it, say what song it was going to be, but we got something even better. We got a cardigan. You can get a new cardigan that's orange that goes with the album, and you can get a set that comes with the CD. And
You mean like, wait, is that like a, well, hold on. This
so
is like,
Taylor
is this
Swift's big thing
code
is
for
a
something?
cardigan. Yeah, ever since
You mean like an
folklore.
actual sweater?
Yeah, it's orange with the initials
That's what
T
we're talking
Swift.
about?
You know,
yeah,
that's
we
what
are.
the countdown was for?
Yeah.
They call her
Sweater?
Don't they call her T Swift sometimes?
TS.
The T stands for Target. This
What?
feels like she's just hawking goods every.
No, she's not. People want this cardigan.
Cardigans?
It's
How
her
much for the
thing.
cardigan?
So it's $70, but you also get a box set with the CD in it. And I think I have
I
to get
admire her. This woman is the best
box
marketer.
set?
Yeah. It's so
Box set of what? Like
it's a
all
box.
of her albums?
No,
No, I know what a
just-
box set is.
Oh, just one. Just the new one. And it's so
Well,
like
a box
sparkly.
set
What
means
is
that
a
you're
set?
getting more
Means
than,
more than one.
The cardigan's in it. It's a
So
box
the set is a sweater and an album.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
It's
Man,
so
I gotta tell
good.
you, you gotta hand it to her.
Hats off.
If
I
the
know.
Swifties are gonna buy it, I guess why not just keep
And
cranking
she
it all
changed
out
it up. You could also get a crew neck, and that one's only $65.
Next week, folks, patio furniture.
I I'd buy it.
Hi, my name is Ray Paul in New York City. I really love the color orange. It's one of my favorites to wear. And I just feel like Taylor Swift is officially in her orange era. And her, something about this just feels like very childlike, free-spirited type of energy, especially with the sparkly cardigan.
How are cardigans childlike? You don't put kids in cardigans.
Cardigans are what your parents' wore.
No, she made him young again.
Oh, cardigans are...
Whatever.
They're back, baby.
Whatever. What else are you guys want to talk about?
Hi, my name is Ashley from Yorba Linda, California, and I'm talking about the David case. As a mom of a 15-year-old girl who also lives in Southern California, I'm horrified. The more and more I hear about this situation, I can't help but think social media played a really big role in this inappropriate relationship between David and Celeste Hernandez, and ultimately her body being found in the back of a Tesla.
Yeah, we're not sure the nature of it. Her name is Celeste Rivas, actually.
Well, it is Rivas Hernandez.
Hernandez, right.
Or Hernandez Rivas.
To be continued. One more.
Hi, it's Neville from England. About that Jimmy celebrity that got fired. No surprise, to be honest. I mean, it was very inappropriate what he said. This, Trump against the whole of America has become ridiculous now. Bad taste, really bad taste after what he said. And I'm not surprised he got fired, to be honest, or suspended.
Neville, this is really interesting because now your freedom of speech laws are very different in the UK compared to what we have here.
We're moving toward your laws. And I have to tell you, real talk from me at least, our laws were better than your laws. But now they're becoming the same.
Yeah, and it's a terrible position to be in. I mean, we can't even add a tweet or a Facebook post without getting arrested or, cautioned by the police. It's becoming absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. That's where we're headed.
Coming up.
Well, Nina Dobrev and Shaun White are no more. But hey, put on a smile if you're Nina Dobrev because there's always someone else.
How about Zac Efron?
Be right back.
Well, Nina Dobrev and Shaun White are no more. But hey, put on a smile if you're Nina Dobrev because there's always someone else.
How about Zac Efron?
Now how much would you pay? No. Yes, Nina and Zac were hanging out. Now, they've known each other for years. We don't know that this is a romantic gathering, but they are with two other couples.
They are with Chase Crawford
and Miles Teller
and his wife.
So
and they're in Italy on a yacht, but those are the two singles.
Is it possible that Zac and Nina are just fine being the, single ones in the group?
Or are they starting a show called Above Deck? How about that? They're actually...
they're in Italy for...
some kind of a crypto
crypto guy's wedding, is that what you said, Brendan?
A crypto guy's wedding. Maybe it's a crypto guy's vote, but boy, it's mid-September and it looks nice in Italy. It looks nice in Italy. So the question, are we going to see a Sydney Sweeney, Scooter Braun out of this?
Ooh.
How about that? How about that question?
For that?
We will see tomorrow.